What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here, and we are back playing Warframe. So, there's something important we need to talk about today, and that is a mod that I think you guys do not want to miss. So, this is going around the time of the Ambulance Reborn event, and for those of you who are watching this pretty much right away, I highly suggest getting the Sacrifice Rare mod from Ergoglast if you can, and I'm going to talk about why. But it's kind of a big deal. I feel like this mod, once this event is gone, and if we don't have access to this mod in the future, or at least short term, the price on this mod is going to be fairly valuable. Now, the reason why I say that is this mod goes incredibly well with a mod, actually two mods technically, one being Regen, which we all pretty much have access to in the farming drop tables and all that stuff, and the other is Prime Regen, which currently is only accessible through Borrow when he decides to bring it. So that's a big deal. Prime Regen, I have a feeling, is number one going to go up in price, because I feel like this combination, if as long as nothing changes, is going to be pretty good, like actually pretty fantastic in my opinion. I feel like it is going to be making Sentinels a lot more viable. You know, I don't want to say now that Kubros and Kavats are better, because DE has been working on making Sentinels good again, and I feel like Sentinels are pretty good. It just depends on how you utilize them and which ones you utilize. So let me pull back just real quick, and then I'm going to... Oop. Okay, well, I didn't get... Okay. But, the point I want to make is I actually have it on my Nidus, and... Well, technically I have it on my Worm, who is tied to my Nidus. So Sentinels, they have their small uses, but now, with this Sacrifice mod, you can now turn your Sentinel into your Reviver. So this is going to be incredibly useful for solo players, and not just solo players, because it absolutely is useful in, you know, in any other mission, because your Sentinel is going to be reviving you. Now, it can only do it once, and then the Sentinel will die. So if I were to die now, my Sentinel would revive me at the cost of its own life. Now, the benefit of having regen, just the basic regen, is your Sentinel will revive itself one time. Now, that's a big deal, because now it can revive you again if you were to go down. However, because it can only revive itself once, that's it. If you are lucky enough to have Prime Regen, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to be trying to get it, if you don't have it, now that Sacrifice is a thing, is Prime Regen, as long as it is maxed out, can revive you up to 3 times, which is huge, which is so huge, especially for a solo player. That's a big deal. Now, mine currently, I don't have enough. I mean, I do have enough endo, I just don't want to waste it all on one mod. Is mine currently will revive me twice, and it'll revive me up to 80% health, which is more than enough for what I need. But that's like I said, that's incredibly useful. That is turning Sentinels into, making Sentinels much more viable than they used to be, and that is pretty awesome. Now, I don't know if DE is going to do anything about this. I don't feel like they should. In my opinion, even though it is, like, pretty devastating to be able to revive as much as they're allowing us to revive with these two mods. Oh, I'm in a void. I didn't even realize I was going to be fighting an Ambulance. Well, I didn't come prepared to do that, but I'll try. Yeah, I hope they're not going to change it, because I feel like it doesn't need to be changed. I feel like it's something that was kind of earned, and at this stage in the game, I feel like when you're really in the end game of the game, I don't think you're worried all that much about revives. I feel like if you have the proper build and if you're really, really powerful, the thing you're worried about doing is running out of oxygen in endless survivals, or having the cryopod like destroyed in a defense. I feel like we're already being able to do what we need to do to play missions, especially end tier missions. I feel like reviving is not an issue endgame players are all that concerned about. I feel like it's a very happy fix for people. A happy fix, if that makes any sense. I feel like it's a very, it's a good thing for players that really take the solo aspect of the game to heart. It kind of says, we appreciate you guys making this, making this effort to play the game solo. And we're going to allow you to make it a little easier on yourself by having a way to revive yourself and not have to rely on your default 4 revives that you already have. So, I don't think it needs to be changed. I think it's fine the way it is. Because I'm a solo player, I think it's really cool because there are times where I'm like, I would really love to go super end game, or I would really like to go a really, really long time in a survival solo to see how far I can go. But, but it's a matter of like keeping oxygen around and your revives and all that stuff. It's just like taking away the revival headache almost makes it more enjoyable, at least for me, to run long tier solo missions. I could be the only one. Maybe other people don't feel that way, but I think it's good the way it is. Now the double threat, triple threat, whatever you want to call it, is when you decide that you are going to run this sacrifice regen combo along with a Warframe such as Nidus, which is why I picked Nidus for this mission. Now, Nidus has the ability to revive himself already. So, as long as you keep your stacks above 10 and you keep your revives going, I don't want to say you won't ever need this sacrifice or mod, but I feel like imagine that triple threat kind of deal where even if for some reason you absolutely soaked up all your stacks, or you got stuck in a nullifier bubble or something and it started draining stacks left and right, and the next thing you know, you're tapped out. You're tapped out of your stacks. Having that sacrifice in there as a backup is fantastic. Same with Inaros. If you're Inaros and you have that invulnerability stage and you just can't get close enough to enemies to get that life drain and get yourself revived, you have a sacrifice as a backup to bring you back to life. Or a Wukong. Wukong in his, what is it, Rage, where he can revive himself, or he can not revive himself, but he can keep himself from dying with the cost of soaking up his energy. Now imagine, once again, if you get stuck by a nully or something, or you get something goes south, something goes wrong, maybe you go down and you get stuck up against a heavy gunner and a bombard in the worst possible situation. You still have that backup sacrifice there ready to just help you out. And I feel like this triple threat is going to be fantastic. Talk about synergy, not just between the two mods, but between a Warframe and these two mods on top of that. You're literally, like, I don't want to say you'll never, ever, ever run out of revives, but I feel like you won't have to worry about revives anymore. Now that might be what gets Digital Extremes to nerf these mods, which sucks. I can understand why they would do it, but part of me is like kind of grateful that it exists. Not necessarily that I want to take advantage of it, but I feel grateful because, to be honest, if I don't use a Naros, Wukong, or Nidus, I still have that opportunity as my Mesa, my Babe, or any of my other frames to kind of feel a little bit more comfortable. Maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. But feel better about the revive system in the game and the fact that I can still utilize my my Sentinel and all of that. So that's pretty cool. I am curious. I haven't experimented with it yet, but I'm curious if when I actually die, when I fully die, my Sentinel uses up all its revives. It revives me. My Sentinel cannot come back anymore. If I die and I use one of my revives, and it brings back my Sentinel, because that's the thing. If your Sentinel dies and you die, you revive, your Sentinel comes back. Now I'm curious if your Sentinel comes back with a whole new set of revives. Will its regen, its prime regen, default back to 3, and then you get another 3 Sentinel revives on top of the sacrifice deal? Then out of the total span of your 4 revives, you could revive, what, 16 times, I think? And then I think there is a way to increase your... I think it's through the focus system to increase your revives up to 5. I could be wrong, but that's as many as 20 revives. That sounds absolutely insane and absurd, and they may fix this aspect of it, or change this aspect of it. I don't want to say fix, because, I don't know, like I said, I'm grateful for this being a thing, but could you imagine going... I can't see you reviving 20 times in a survival and still have oxygen left over. I'm just saying. So, I don't know. I don't know if any of this is going to be tweaked, but could you imagine if you just absolutely insist, I'm going to solo a mission, and I'm going to die 10, 15, almost 20 times before I could possibly fail this mission. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. But, and then, like I said, using Nidus, or Wukong, or Inaros, just, come on. I mean, you'll never die again. You'll never fail a mission again. Well, I don't want to say you will never fail a mission, because, like I said, defenses and all that stuff. But I don't know, that's crazy. What do you guys think? Should this be changed? Are you going gung-ho? Are you making sure you get a sacrifice? Are you making sure? Yes, another one. Awesome. Are you absolutely going to try and get a prime regen the next time it's out and around? I would. I am going to be completely honest with you. Make sure you get a prime regen. Make sure you get sacrifice. I feel like you will regret it if you do not. Now, like I said, DE might change this, but I feel like it's picking up just in case. So, I don't know. Like I said, what do you guys think? Do you think this is going to be changed? Do you think that that it's worth it? Do you think it's too overpowered? And do you plan on exploiting this for as much platinum as you can possibly get your hands on when sacrifice is gone? Or prime regen rolls around, you get a bunch of them, and then you sell them. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. Did I pick up that Animo beacon thing? I think I did. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe you learned something about, in this video. I've been kind of hearing, I heard this through the relays, that this was a thing, and I had to cover it, because I was hoping that you guys would, would not miss this. So, if you didn't know about this, let me know. I would love to be the first guy to let you know. But I'm sure you've probably heard this before, but let me know what you think about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, get out of here. Thank you for watching, and oh, let me go. Come on. Boom. Got him. Blow.